Hi, Dr. Still here. Today we're going to talk about finding the slope. Now, the slope is just another way of saying the steepness of a line. And so once we're able to find the slope, we can say this line is this steep, which is saying the slope equals this. Now, some things to think about when you're thinking about the slope. You can think about hills. You can even think about going straight, and we'll find out what that slope is equal later. You can also think about going up. So let's get into exactly how to find the slope. Now, a common way the slope is referenced is rise over run, which basically means I'm going to pick 2 points, find out how high I need to go to get to the other one, and then how far I need to run to get to the other one. So if I'm going up, it's going to be positive. If I'm going down, it'll be negative. If I go to the right, it'll be positive. If I go to the left, it will be negative. So I know you are so excited to see what I'm talking about, so let's do an example. Okay, so here we have our line, and here we've already picked out 2 points. So the first thing again I'm going to do is the rise. So I'm going to go from this point, and then I'm thinking about this point. So when I rise, I go up 1, and then I go over 1, 2, 3. So again, I went up 1, so that's positive, and I went to the right, so that's also positive. So my slope is 1/3. Not too bad, not too bad. So, because I know you really want to know exactly how to do this, I actually wrote down directions for you. You're welcome, you're welcome. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is find 2 points. Now, if we look at this line, we want to make sure we find points that cross both the x and the y axis. So kind of a point where there's a cross that's made. Let's say we choose this point here, it is a point on the line, but it really wouldn't be easy to actually perform the slope. So let's choose these 2 points. Again, here it crosses both the x and y axis at a whole number. All right, so we've selected our 2 points. The next thing, we're going to rise from one point to the other. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. Again, if I go up, it's positive. Then I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I went to the right, so it's positive. Oh, I forgot. When you run, that was the next direction. So our slope for this is going to be 3/5. Now, I hear some of you saying, but Bridget, what if I do it different? What if I go the other way? Isn't it going to be different? That is a very good question. Let's see. If we go the other way, what happens? So let's say we start at this point, and I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. Again, I went down, so that's -3. And then I would go to the left, 5. So that'd be -5. So we would have -3 over -5, which is going to be the same thing as 3/5. Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Remember. Okay, so doesn't matter which way you go. You just need to remember, if you go up, it's positive. To the right, it's positive. Now, I typically just have students go up or down and then always to the right. It just helps with not getting confused on which way to go. All right, let's look at another example. Again, the first thing we want to do is to find our 2 points. So for this one, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our slope is -4/5. Now notice when we go up and to the right, our slope is positive. When we go down to the right, our slope is negative. We'll get into that a little bit more. Alright, let's do some more practice. Okay, so before I do this, pause it and you try it. I said pause and then you try. That doesn't mean just keep staring at the TV screen until I keep going. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to go from this point to this point. I'm going to go down 2 and over 1, 2, 3. So the slope for this is negative 2/3. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. So my slope would be 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 is the same as 2 divided by 1, so then it would just be 2. Okay, now we do this slope, we go up 1 over 1. Now some students say, okay, so I get you choose 2 points, and sometimes you choose to go up first, sometimes you choose to go down first, but what if you choose 2 different points? I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. So this slope was 1 over 1, so that equals 1. Let's choose this point and this point. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 over 5, which, oh my gosh, is 1! Who knew? I did. Now you know. So it doesn't matter what point you choose. And again, the starting point doesn't matter. I started down here or I started here. And again, for those of you that are still wanting to do something different, if I want to go down first, I can. So I can go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, negative 5 over negative 5 is 1. Surprise! Not really, but okay. Moving on. Now, here is, like I was saying earlier, that slope that we were going to get back to. Now remember, our slope is rise over run. So, if I'm trying to go from this point to this point, I'm not rising at all, right? So, that'd be 0. I'm just running for fun. So I could say I ran 1, 2, 3. Now, 0 divided by 3 is 0. So, a slope that is just a straight line horizontally is 0. Well, of course you're going to say, well, what is it if it's vertically? Well, let's think about that also. So, again, let's choose a couple of points. We have rise over run. Now here I'm going up 1, 2, 3. So my rise is 3. But I'm not running, right? I'm just going up. So my run is 0. Now, what is a number divided by 0? It is undefined. So this slope is undefined. Okay? Now, you might have noticed the points that were actually on here were different, right? So again, I was still going 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. Even if I chose, let's say, this point and this point, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I would rise 6, but I'm still going over 0. So that's just a way to think about it. Or you can just remember, you have a vertical line. The slope is undefined. Hey, that rhymes. vertical line, slope undefined. You're welcome. Okay, so summary. The slope is the steepness of a line. It is rise over run. Again, if you go up, it's positive. If you go down, it's negative. If you go to the right, it's positive. If you go to the left, it's negative. If we go up, and while we're going, keep in mind this is going to the right. So if we're going up and to the right, it's positive. If we're going down to the right, it's a negative slope. If it is horizontal, it's a zero slope. Now wait, if it's vertical, it's what? Undefined. Vertical lines are undefined. I like that. Okay. I just thought of that on the video. Okay. So, thank you so much for joining me. Please do that whole subscription and like thing. And if you want to follow me on social, it's at Dr. BJ Still on all those platforms. And also check out my website, drbjstill.com. And again, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. And see, math can be fun. And it's not the end of the world. Have a good one. Bye.